Are you a sweaty climber? Does this happen to you? Then stick around to learn which chalk works best, if you don't want to leave a wet stain on every hold every time you climb. So we're going to compare black diamond, black gold with Mantle chalk. The black gold is roughly 5 times more expensive than the Mantle. So it has to perform better, right? It even comes in super fancy packaging. But let's test it out. I start off with a clean campus board rung and clean hands. I try to apply equal amounts to both hands. And then I hang on the rungs for a few seconds. After the first round, there's not much difference yet. So let's try again. And this time it's obvious the right hand is sweating considerably more than the left. But how can that be? That's the black gold. I was really surprised by this outcome, so I repeated the test with the chalk on the other hand. So again, I brushed the campus board rung and cleaned my hands. After 2 rounds of hanging, it's obvious that the right hand was simply sweating more than the left. I guess we'll have to compare all 4 conditions. And as you can see, in both cases the right hand sweats more than the left. But is there a difference between black gold and a cheap Mantle chalk? Honestly, if there is, I can't see it. And I also don't notice much difference when I'm climbing. Now, don't get me wrong, the black gold seems to be great chalk, and honestly it feels a little bit nicer than the Mantle chalk as well. But in terms of performance, I do not notice a difference. So what does this mean? I think it means that if you have really sweaty hands, chalk alone won't be enough. You'll have to use other tactics, like having some chalk on your pants so you can apply chalk while bouldering. That's what helped me send in this video. Or you can use liquid chalk. Liquid chalk before a climb can make a huge difference. But sometimes you can actually apply liquid chalk halfway up a route. And perhaps even more importantly, you can look at ways to reduce the sweating altogether. For instance, you can try anti-hydral or rhino skin. I've tested both, and for me, anti-hydral performs better. I'm also currently testing something called iontophoresis, which is a device that delivers electroshocks to your hands, and for most people, this is an effective treatment of sweaty hands. I'm testing it to see if it's a good option for climbers. More on this later. And yeah, for now, I guess the bad news is that super expensive chalk doesn't magically reduce sweaty hands and it doesn't make you climb harder routes. But then again, I guess the good news is that the cheap chalk works just as well. If you have any strategies for climbing with sweaty hands, I'd love to hear it. Thank you for watching.
I like to test and analyze, and I swear that I will never